Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And I want to talk about the difference between giving instruction and just generally broadcasting advice for people who might be able to use it, because there is a big difference. I have recently met somebody online who was apparently confused. I don't know if they had seen my videos, but they acted like they had. Their attitude was that they had some kind of right to boss me around and order me to do things. And I think this person is confused because they see me being, as an instructor in some cases in my videos, I offer, experience and wisdom and advice for people who may be able to benefit from it in general, not specific people. This person is viewing that as a form of, telling people what to do. I want to be clear, there's a big difference. I'm not in my videos ever telling people to do things in particular. Rather, quite the opposite. I frequently advocate for people to make their own choices, to gather their own information, check their facts, and do the right thing for them, which may or may not be what I'm suggesting. And I qualify almost every video with this. It's very important to me that people don't just do what I tell them, but do what's right, because I'm not in your situation. I'm not in your sphere, your context. So I don't have purview into what exactly is good for your situation. I'm gonna be clear about that. So, uh, in conclusion, this will be a brief video, but the specific example was this person was telling me to not be a slave, among other things, and they were hammering and being very aggressive, and it actually drove me out of the group I was in. I had, as an aside, gone back to Facebook just to check it out because it had been a long time since I was on there, and I have since, this happened, decided to give it another break, because the same thing happens every time I go to Facebook. There's just lots of people who are so confused. They end up attacking each other and me, and it's unproductive. So I hesitate to go on there. But this person apparently thought that I was presenting myself as some kind of boss or authority of other people. And I understand when you view the entire world that way, that everybody's got a boss. You have to have a boss as an adult. And it's just, I want to be clear. I'm not telling you what to do, bro. Anybody, literally anybody. I am sharing my own experience for what it's worth, if it's worth anything. I'm not even saying it is. I'm not saying you have to do it. and this isn't aimed at a specific person. None of my videos are aimed, I might discuss an event or some news in some cases, but they are still not aimed at specific people. So this isn't, a set of orders. I'm not giving orders out here. What I'm doing is I'm simply shedding light on things that would have been helpful to me if I'd known about them sooner. That's all it is. Things that would have been helpful to know if I had known about them sooner. I've learned so much from music and movies and videos that I've watched. That's the entire spirit of my content. What I'm making is just, if somebody happens to resonate with it, that's great. That's the purpose. That's the hope. But as far as making your decisions for you, it's a whole different subject. Not even doing that. Not even trying to do that. Yeah, I'm over 3 minutes already. In connection, it is connected. There's a connected idea of a cult, where you have a leader of a legitimate business or group or organization that would not be a cult, because the leader is, aiming to be honest and empower their people to help them choose for themselves what is right and wrong. Whereas a cult leader, by definition, if you ask me, is someone who is employing people to extend themselves. They're using information and misinformation to further their own position, to strengthen their own position, and to gratify themselves at the expense of others. And they don't so much care about empowerment. They don't so much care about spreading autonomy and information and education in general, but leveraging their position for personal gain. That's the difference. And it's sad to me that people can't see the difference, because apparently they can't. Apparently there's people out there who are so confused that they think that just by making a video, they suddenly have a license to run up and tell you what to do, because apparently that's what you were doing, but it's not. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes a lot of sense. Reach out if you like with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.